Something happened to me the other day and it hurts my soul that I have to talk about it. And it's like almost 10 o'clock at night and I'm doing laundry. So on Friday last week, I had an appointment downtown Toronto at St. Mike's Hospital. And I haven't taken the TTC in over a decade, maybe 15, 17 years. So I decided that I didn't want to be late to pick my kids up at daycare because daycare closes at 6. My appointment was at 2:30. If everything had worked out according to my plan, I would have made it back on time to pick them up at daycare. So my appointment's at 2:30. I parked my car at Finch West subway station, took the train. I was supposed to get off at Queen, but I guess I didn't switch lines. I don't remember switching lines being a thing back when I used to take the bus. So I got off at Queen's Park instead of Queen Station. Then I had to walk about 10, 15 minutes to St. Mike's. And when I got there, Queen's subway station was right there. So had I gotten off at the right stop, I would have just been up, boom, and the hospital was right there. But anyways, went in to see my doctor. I got there at 2:22. I didn't go in to see him until about 2:45. Now, I've been going to St. Mike's, or I had been going to St. Mike's to see a different doctor. And I haven't gone to see her in like maybe 5 or 6 years. And when I tried to book an appointment last, I think October, November, I called and I left a voicemail. No one called me back. I found out now that she's retiring next month. But still, a call back to advise that would have been, it would have been nice. But anyways, so go in to see him now, and I didn't come out until maybe an hour later, an hour and 15 minutes later. Got back on the train to go, come back to Finch West to get my car. And when I got to St. George's, I think, I was told that the last stop would be Ossington because something had happened on the line on the tracks at Lansdowne Station. So we got off. It actually went out of service at St. George, and we had to wait for another train to come to take us to Ossington. 3 trains came. They all went out of service and went back east. Finally, the 4th train came, got on it, and it's like every few seconds it's stopping because there's a train ahead of us. So they have to wait for that train to clear the tracks before they can go ahead. Cool. Finally got to Ossington, went the wrong way to where the shuttle buses are because there are supposed to be shuttle buses waiting for us. Went the wrong way. So I had to come back down through a line of people, got on the right side now, finally got on the bus. And I'm thinking that bus is going to take me straight to Finch West. I thought it was traveling the same route as the subway would. Got to Keele subway now, and they're saying, oh, this is the last stop for us. So I had to go into Keele Station, get the 41 or the 941, which is actually an express, to come to Finch West. But it was already 5:36 at Keele. When I got to Keele, it was 5:36 p.m. Daycare closes at 6. So I was looking into getting an Uber. Even when I was at Ossington, I was looking into getting an Uber, and you're telling me like 75, 80, 100. I'm like, no, I'm not paying that. But my father always says the cheap becomes expensive. That's what I should have done. But I was being hard-headed. So at that time now, I called the daycare. I'm like, listen, I'm not normally late. I'll be there in about 10 to 15 minutes. Because if they don't hear from you between 6 and 7, if they don't hear from you by 7 at the latest, they're calling Children's Aid. They will call Children's Aid. So, advise them of that. 10 to 15 minutes turn into 48 minutes for my son and 52 minutes for my daughter because they go to separate locations for daycare since my daughter's in school. I didn't bother paying the woman that day. I didn't even, because I asked her, I'm like, not the woman, the teacher. And I asked her, I'm like, how much do I owe you? She's like, did you pick up your daughter yet? I'm like, no. And she's cursing me. She's like, I always tell you to pick her up first because, like I know our relationship. She might be a little bit flexible here and there, which I'm not normally late. I might, get there exactly like 5:59. but I've never been late. Not at this daycare. My other daycare, I was late before, I think, like maybe 10 minutes, and I end up having to pay $40, 24 each. So I'm like, okay, fine, I will deal with you on Monday. And she's like, just give me whatever you have, whatever you have. And I'm like, I'll deal with you on Monday. I'll pay you on Monday. And she's like, okay. And when I got to my daughter's daycare now, it was $6.52. I had to pay them $114. $114. And they deserve the money. Don't get me wrong. They deserve the money, absolutely. Because we all know when we get off work, we want to go home. We don't want to stick. We want to go home. So they absolutely deserve it. But it still hurts. 114 was for one child. Today, Monday, remember I told you the first teacher said, pay me what you can? And I know for the first 5 minutes, they charge you $2 per minute. And after 5 minutes, they start charging you at a different rate. And when I'd call the teacher at my daughter's daycare, and I'm like, how much would I owe you? And she's like, when you get here, we'll calculate it. And I heard her say that, because I know I signed it in the contract somewhere, but I don't know where those forms were. I don't remember what I read about, in regards to that. So when she did the calculation, it's $114. I still don't know what the breakdown is, but any person that works at a daycare, they'll tell you. And granted, each daycare has a different rate, I guess. Because my friend's daycare in Brampton, they charge $15 for the first 5 minutes that you're late. And then it goes up from there. But I paid that teacher $100 at my son's daycare today. And in total, $214. This is just late fees, y'all. Just late fees. It hurts. It hurts. It really, really does. But like I said, the teachers deserved that money. Because after 6 o'clock, the center stops paying them. So that money goes directly to them. It's not going to the business itself. It's going to the workers directly. So I have no problem. It hurts. And thank God, Friday was payday. Otherwise, I would have to, dig some earth. But anyways, that's my horror story. The first time back on the TTC in so many years, and this is what happened.